Welcome to Theme 2. In this section, we'll be discussing the consumption and resistance of popular culture. Please turn to page 134. We'll be discussing consuming popular culture. In this section, they talk about how people will seek out popular culture that's out there. Things that are considered popular are things that could be Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey, and people are usually going to seek out these popular cultural texts because it serves their needs. It'll help them relax, for example, or it's something they consider entertaining. We also participate and consume popular culture because we don't want to feel left out. Because our social groups are participating, we would also want to find out what is that movie about, what happened in Twilight, Breaking Dawn, for example. They also mention on page 135 that advertising departments shape their pop magazines to the readership profile, what they consider their readers to look like. And what has happened in terms of the consumption of popular culture is the rise of reality TV. Such as The Apprentice, Survivor, and Project Runway, people are consuming more and more reality television. You can read through those examples on page 135. Consuming popular culture also talks about how it connects to our cultural identities, our view of ourselves in relation to the cultures we belong to. Sometimes when we participate in cultural texts, it can connect to our own cultural group. Some culture texts do focus on political, religious, and ethnic issues. However, not all people are going to consume popular culture. Some people are going to resist it and avoid it, such as that you might have not wanted to watch the Game of Thrones television show, or you might not have wanted to really read that book or watch that specific documentary. Therefore, you resisted whatever was the popular culture trend at the time. In the textbook, they talk about how people have resisted Barbie and sort of the representation that she holds. And in this scenario that they talk about how we need to rethink as well popular culture, what should also be considered popular. The next section is talking about how we need to, in popular culture, represent the cultural group. We can also assume popular culture shows that it represents cultural groups. So within different popular cultures, it can portray certain groups out there, such as Desperate Housewives, which represents the American dream and the American lifestyle out there. And however, a lot of people understand that they may not necessarily represent that culture, such as this would be the Western culture example. We can use popular culture, however, to understand another culture. Something also to consider when we're consuming popular culture is that it can also occur in fashion. If you look on page 136, you'll notice all the different designs of South African fashion and how it can contribute in terms of popular culture. South African and local designs can have quite a battle between Western culture, and that's why it's very important as well to always look to your local fashion designers, such as YDE or the other ones there, such as I think it starts with a blue sort of clothing name. I just forgot it right now. But those local designers are also important in helping consuming popular culture to battle sort of Western pop culture out there. Pop culture stereotypes. This is on page 138, and it's talking about how popular culture can create and reinforce stereotypes of different cultures by portraying it a certain way, such as in Aladdin, the belly dancers or Arabs are portrayed as billionaires, or all reinforcing those stereotypes. And it would be a good idea to, as a research activity or group activity, to consider what is still portrayed in popular culture or in media texts, such as movies, TV shows, magazines, or ads that are still reinforcing cultural stereotypes. We have other examples there that what could be possibly portrayed in South African media is white farmers, the elderly, government officials, traffic officers, domestic workers, and nurses. These are still things that can be considered to be pop culture stereotypes and need to be battled against. We have completed Learning Unit 3. Our next section is Learning Unit 4, which is Intercultural Communication and Business. Remember to look at your lesson plan and complete the textbook and VC Learn activities.